It's been a while since I've done this. I remember last video I kind of said, okay, I'll kind of try to stay consistent, and yeah, it's been 6 months. So I'm sorry, guys. I would say I was very focused on other things, my career and sales, my just gym, and just improving my life and kind of moving forward. I want to make sure that if I come here again to record a video, that I actually have something to teach you that I haven't taught you before. I would say it's probably the case now, and this time I'll actually try to stay consistent and maybe make one video a week and kind of upload because, of course, YouTube isn't my priority. I'm not trying to monetize this or anything or make a career out of this. But I do find it truly enjoyable to kind of upload my journey, how I improve in life here, and just share some things I learned that help me, some learnings. So I'll actually try this time to stay consistent, maybe one video a week or even a little bit more depending on how I feel. But yeah, I won't take this very seriously. I don't really care. I'm just trying to maybe have a library of videos and share my. I literally started posting my first video on this channel when I was like 15 years old or 16. So it's just basically just a library to myself or something like that. So how's life been since last upload? I changed companies, so I'm working now at a new company still as a sales representative, as an SDR, sales development representative. And yeah, it's been a wild ride. Kind of changed to this new company in November. I joined them in November, and it's been freaking amazing. Like, first, the salary is way better. I get paid a lot more, so my fixed salary is a lot higher, and the salary that I make from commissions is a lot higher. So it's been a little bit wild. I've been learning so much. My sales manager has been amazing and just teaching me so many things and helped me to improve and help me spot my weaknesses every single day. So I've been actually this week I sat there a lot just thinking about, hey, I'm actually living my fucking dream here. Like, when I first started self improvement, when I first got into this journey, I remember my dream was first get jacked, which I would say I'm pretty jacked now. So right now it's like 5 a.m. After recording this video, I'm going straight to the gym, get jacked and look just handsome, muscular, take a lot of responsibility and actually be a man, kind of a man, and actually be someone my family and the people close to me can rely on. I would say I've done a pretty good job at that, where I actually take a lot of responsibility for things at home, and I took most of the financial burden away from my mom. And that was my biggest dream, be able to make enough money so I can support my family, support my mom, and make sure she doesn't have to worry about finances too much. And I've been able to do that, and it's been amazing to see. And I want to mostly share in this video that, hey, if you're in the beginning of your self-improvement journey, or you see those people on the internet that have achieved some things that you want to achieve, because I remember I was watching those videos when I was younger, and I'm not that far. I'm definitely not that far. Like right now, I'm making like around 5.5K per month. And my goal this month is maybe scale to 6K, get to 6K, and my goal would be to by the age of 19, because right now I'm still 18, but I will be turning 19 in like 2 months. By the age of 19, reach like 6.5K. That's my goal. I do think that I can actually achieve that. And when you hear that and you're like, oh yeah, he's 18 and he's done that and he's already checking all those things. I'm definitely not that far. There are people that are a lot further than me. But if you're maybe a little bit behind and you're at the start of your journey, know that I was too, and I'm still kind of a beginner when it comes to this whole realm of self improvement. I was through the spot where I was kind of dreaming of achieving some things, like getting jacked and athletic, like actually making money. And even just a year ago, I was dreaming of a time I would actually earn this amount I'm earning right now, and I've done it. And what I wanted to mostly share in this video is that it's not as complicated as you think. Like self improvement is hard, it is painful. Were so many difficult phases where I sat here and I was like doubting myself and just thinking, how the fuck am I gonna get out of this? Like been a very stressful last few months. Like since I've stopped uploading consistently, and I wish I kind of kept uploading because you would have actually seen me go through those different stages of extreme highs and then extreme lows, stages of extreme confidence and then an extreme insecurity. Like I've went through so many phases over the last year because when I stopped uploading on this channel, I, I was still 17 years old, looking to get into sales. It was actually fucking fun, so interesting. Then I found my first job, but it wasn't that good, and I kept uploading. I kept it up here. And in my first job, I was basically not working much. It was on a fully self-employed basis. So I was basically a freelancer, and basically didn't have much to do. And over 6 months, I literally made like $400. And my ex-boss kind of maybe scammed me out of some money. Who knows? And then I found my second job, and that was actually a full-time position. So I started that at around 2 months before I turned 18, which was kind of crazy. So at kind of 17, I started working full time. It was very stressful because the old company I was working at was an absolutely shit company. I'm sorry to say it like that, but it was bad. The product was really bad, so a lot of our customers weren't satisfied. My salary was horrendously low. Like they took the excuse of, oh yeah, because you're in sales, we're gonna give you a base salary that's basically minimum wage, and then with your commission you can make fairly good money. So yeah, with commission I was still earning average money here in Germany. But it's like we were working in sales, so even if I go to holiday with my family for like 1 month, I am cooked the next month. Basically, that was that. I still stayed there for like 5 months because I was desperate and I was like, okay, maybe there isn't a better job that I can get. So it was kind of insecurity. Then I left, and even that company, my first quarter, I won Employee of the Quarter award for passion, and that was really fun. I often had to travel with that job to another city here called Wiesbaden because I live in Berlin, another city because our headquarters were in Wiesbaden. So every quarter we had like kind of those meetings there where everyone from the German branch and Ostrich branch of the company kind of met there. And we kind of went through the numbers, what were the new launches, and just gave awards to different people for different things. And I won the award of Employee of the Quarter award for that quarter, for my first and only quarter that I worked in that company, for passion, because I was always passionate. I wanted to learn more. And I always worked really, really hard. Like invested, like I worked way above 45 hours a week, 50 hours a week in that job, even though yeah, I was still getting paid for work to work like 40 hours a week. So I wasn't even getting paid for overtime hours. So that was the funny thing. But of course, yeah, when I worked overtime, I could like kind of book more meetings and do more deals. So it kind of gave me a higher commission. So of course that. But then I left that company. Then I went to get worked in sales in still in sales, but as kind of an insurance salesman, as a self-employed guy, and that was that was a funny phase. I only did that for like 2 months. I learned a lot still. I made some good friends, good connections, and I learned a lot. Didn't make much money there, but still was very helpful. And then I kind of noticed shit because with that old job where I was working on a full-time basis, yeah, it was a shit job, but I was already making fairly good money. Like I was making slightly above my average money here in Berlin. And then I got kind of stopped that and went like made myself self-employed. So I went from earning above average money here in Berlin and to earning basically nothing, basically nothing over 2 months. So I'd already taken on a few of these financial responsibilities here at home, like a few of the things here at home. I already taken, so taking that burden away from my mom. And then I just said, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get self-employed because I had the kind of a confidence, that unjustified confidence I would be able to make money, make really good money, really, really early. But yeah, I basically made no money. To be honest, I'm gonna be frankly honest. I basically made no money, and I kind of noticed. I even got in debt from my insurance, my health insurance, because I wasn't able to pay it, and I didn't have a boss that paid it. I got into debt for that, so I came out of that job, that self-employment phase, $500 in debt. For me, it was a blow. It was a big blow because it, I'm someone. It's one of my. I hate debt and I hate credits from the bottom of my heart. Like I really, really hate them. So it was really painful to have that. But then I noticed, fuck, what the fuck am I doing here? Like I was like, my mom is getting stressed again with bills, not knowing how she's gonna pay those things. We're in a big transition phase where a lot of things are kind of crumbling, and we're struggling. And I saw things I actually didn't like to see again. Stress that I didn't like to see, and I kind of gotten my family to a level where we were fairly comfortable. And then I said, okay, fuck it, we're going back down. And that really pissed me off. So after that, I was like, okay, let me find something again, but actually a good job with a full time position where I have a good, good base salary, and then I have good commission that can still allow me to get to my goals of like 10K, 12K a month. So I did that, and I found it very early. So like for 2 weeks, my full time job was just finding a new job. So I went into interview after interview after interview, kind of looked into what could be better. I kind of compared different jobs with another. I kind of downloaded LinkedIn and made a good profile. So every day, sometime every day, I would get like a message from people just interested in maybe having an interview with me. So it was fairly cool. It was kind of an ego boost because when I got LinkedIn and I kind of optimized my profile a little bit, I was no longer the one going to interviewers or to companies and being like, okay, can I get a job from you? They were kind of coming to me and asking for interviews. So it was really, really fun. So every day I would have at least one person write to me and shit like that. So it was really, really fun. Went to interview after interview after interview. And my current CEO of my current company one day just randomly wrote me a message. Like a really simple one. Like I was used to getting those long messages with a lot of details. He just wrote me a simple message, something like, "Hey, here's his name, and then his name, and then he said, I'm currently building a growth agency. We're really at the start, where we have a lot of big investors backing us up, and I'm looking for great SDRs for the main team. Are you interested in a quick call?" Something like that, and it was so simple. And I just said, okay, yeah. I was like, I was a little bit. There was a lot of skepticism, but I just said, oh yeah, yeah, let's have the call. So on that day where we had our first call, I had 4 interviews before that. It was like 5:30 p.m. And I said to my mom, I kind of have a feeling about this. I feel like it's gonna be surprise me for some reason. I didn't go into that with like super high expectations, but damn, after the call, I was convinced. Like he we just had a chat, and it didn't feel like an interview. It felt so normal. It felt so chill. And first, the salary was fucking amazing. Like when he told me the salary, I was like, what the fuck? Okay, yeah, you got me, man. You got me. I'm in. So after that, after our first interview, we set up a second interview, follow-up interview for next week, where we'd have like kind of a case study. So they would kind of test me and see, okay, how good am I, and how good can I perform under stress to see if I could be a good fit for the position. We had that interview, and they made a mistake. they kind of they were supposed to send me the details about the case study like 1 24 hours before. That's what they did with all the other employees. But for me specifically, he kind of forgot to send me the case study. So we sit in the interview, and I was like, okay, yeah, let's do this. And then he told me, did you actually get the information I sent you? Did you start learning with that? And I was like, what information? He was like, oh no. And then he checked into his mailbox, and he saw he forgot to send it to me. And he was like, okay, yeah, shit. Okay, we have 2 options here. Either we do this right now, even though you have no preparation, you're just still gonna find a way to do it, or we just postpone the interview, and that would be completely fine. That's my mistake here. That would be completely fine if we postpone it. And in that moment, I kind of sat there and I was not gonna talk for like a few seconds, and I was like, okay, if you postpone the interview, this challenge, I would have to wait another week maybe to maybe get a confirmation from them. I was like, hell no, I don't want that. I was like, okay, this is kind of a moment where I need just need to be courageous and take a step. So I was like, okay, let's do this. I was so nervous, but I still crushed it. Actually, like I crushed it, and the next day I got a contract, and it was amazing. And the feeling of okay, it was kind of a feeling of security, and I was kind of relaxed. I was like, okay, now I can now I can now I can kind of be like, okay, yeah, I did it. I kind of found it. I knew it was only the start. I knew there would be a lot of hurdles in front of me, but it was kind of a moment where I was like, okay, yeah, at least I can take care of the bills now again. It was very, very relaxing. So yeah, I just wanted to first tell you the story about kind of what happened over the time I was gone. And since then, it was since November since I kind of joined the team. I kind of joined the team as a founding SDR. So it's a really new team. Right now we're already like 12 employees. But we started at like I was actually the first kind of official employee with another guy, and it's been a wild ride. Like I've been having a lot of fun, progressing a lot as a salesman and as a person, and making good money. Each month making more money than the month before. But there were some lows as well. There were some highs and there were some lows, and that's just part of the job. Like sales, I fucking love sales, and it's so fun. But it's a really hard job psychologically. It's not easy. It takes a lot of sweat, blood, and tears. I know it's kind of like a comical phase, but still, like that's true. It's not an easy job, but I wouldn't wish to do something else, especially when I get to do sales in such an amazing company. I'm having so much fun. I'm having so much fun just learning every day, improving every day. We like 3 weeks ago we got an official office. So before that we were always working from home, like remote. Now we get like we're not forced to come to the office. We can do what we want. But I also like to go to the office, even though it's far away. Like I went to the office 4 times last week, even though I need like an hour to get to the office. I still did because it's really fun. It's a really good office, and I like to kind of just have that extra accountability in the office. So it's been really, really fun, and it's been hard, but I've been enjoying it a lot. So that's kind of what I want to share, just what's been happening since I've been gone. And so this video isn't just a story, so I can share you, give you a little bit of value. If you're at the start of your self improvement journey, all those dreams you have, they're not as unrealistic as you think they are. And you can actually do it. You can actually do it as long as you stay consistent out for a long enough time, as long as you stay patient, as long as you actually stay outside of your comfort zone and you actually give it your all, and you actually push yourself, and you actually don't give up when it gets difficult. I know it's so stereotypical, but it is true. It is true. And I have other goals that I want to achieve over the next months and years. Now I'm a lot more confident that I can do that because I've achieved this goal. These goals that I had when I first started. I actually built the life that at the time when I first got into self improvement was my dream life. And I've built it, and I feel very blessed now. There's still a long way to go, but if you have the start of your journey, I know it's so cringe and so many people say it, but you can do it. And you just need to take the first step and then the second and then the third one and just move slowly. And on those days where if you feel like, okay, I'm not making progress, if you actually are outside of your comfort zone and working hard and working smart, you probably are, but you just need to be more patient. You just need to be more patient. But of course, yeah, be outside of your comfort zone, work hard, put yourself to difficult times and keep pushing, especially when it gets harder. So yeah, I gotta go to the gym. I'll be late, not late, but you know, I want to be I want to be early. But even this week was fucking amazing. Even though I had some difficulties over the last few months, these last 3 weeks have been amazing. Like 2 days ago, the biggest deal of my entire career has signed, and it's gonna be a lot of money. Like it's a 200K deal for the company we kind of work for. 200K deal for them. For me, it's gonna be like 4 to 7K that I'm gonna get out of that. So it's been amazing. I'm kind of really looking forward to the month where I'm gonna get that commission. It's gonna be take maybe 2 to 3 months for that. But still, like the biggest deal of my career is closed like 2 days ago. And it's kind of the biggest deal of the company so far. And I was like, wow, that's just so amazing. I was having such an amazing week. This week hasn't been easy, but it's been amazing. And that's why I wanted to make this video. You can do this if you're going through hard times, if you feel like you're not progressing. Hey, you don't have to make like massive leaps every week. Look at the long-term trend. So yeah, gotta go to the gym. Have an amazing rest of your day. And like I used to say at the end of my videos, don't run away from discomfort, chase it.